Hi, I'm Belinda Spalding. I'm a hunter and a RidG Group member. RidG Group is dedicated to the sustainable management of wild deer herds in Australia. It was set up in 1992 and now boasts a membership of over 200 hunters. In this video, we will endeavour to show you some history of the red deer in Queensland, the current threat that is posed, some research that RidG has been conducting, and the future. Not to mention some great hunts enjoyed by RidG members like this one.
Quick.
How long do you figure?
We're running for about 1.5 miles.
That's a big chase. What an absolutely beautiful stag. Look at these palms here.
Hold his head up, mate. Let's have a look at him. Look at that. What do you reckon?
What a stag. What a hunt. What effort, you know? What a run. He kept making a lot of distance on us, didn't he?
Yeah.
Jumping range to range.
Yep.
Was he finally holed up and feel good, did he?
I know there was
He was running.
3 or 4 other stags had him bailed.
Yeah.
The other ones were roaring, just had him bailed up.
But since we first jumped him right off the get-go, he ran ever since, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's browsed.
He is a doozy, mate. How'd you go?
Yeah, great. Had a top morning. Lots of nice little stags running around and a fair few doe out there. Those hills aren't getting any smaller though.
Come and have a colour.
So what's been going on in RidG Group, Clark, since I was up here last time?
Quite a bit. Yeah, we've continued our research into the cattle ticks, into deer nutrition. We've done a couple of helicopter surveys to determine fawn survival and migration of deer.
Right.
We're starting on a collaring program for deer as well. And we're just starting the 2002 hunting season. We've got the hunters rocking in here any minute now, and we'll get them out in their camps and it'll all start again.
Fantastic. A lot of people out there still don't know what RidG is all about. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Yep. Well, RidG was set up in 1992 to act in a lot of ways as a go-between and a catalyst between the hunters and the landowners. There's been a lot of tensions out there over the years, and what we set out to do was to diffuse a lot of those tensions, get both sides working together and come up with a management system that works in Queensland.
Right. It seems to have been quite successful. Do you feel as though you're getting the message across?
We definitely are. Membership is on the rise. It's really going well, and landowners are coming in all the time and we're getting really good feedback. So
good.
Yeah, it's working.
Well, that's what it's all about.
It certainly is, yeah.
Well, the biggest threat last time when I was up here was the cattle tick. The media had a hold of it and landowners were up in arms. What was the outcome of your research there?
We certainly uncovered some interesting facts, and it did blow up into a far bigger issue than what we had originally hoped. But landowners were concerned, and rightly so, because the tick issue is a big one that really does concern landowners and costs probably $150, $200 million a year in Queensland. So what we set out to do with RidG Group was commission an unbiased research program that would look into the truth of the matter and come up with the facts, good or bad. From there we could then put in place some management strategies that would help landowners and help the deer. We realised that it wasn't any sense in having a well-managed herd if public perception was against us.
Now there are 3 main species of ticks that concern us here in Queensland. The cattle tick, Bufalus microplus, the bush tick, Haemaphysalis longicornis, and the paralysis or scrub tick, Ixodes holocyclus. Now the cattle tick was introduced into Darwin in 1872 from Indonesia and now costs the Australian cattle industry between $150 and $200 million per year. So the man on the land takes it seriously. There is a designated tick-infected area stretching from just inside New South Wales up the inland of Queensland, across the Northern Territory into Western Australia. Animals being transported do so on a permit system and must be checked or treated at any border crossing. In the past there have been some outbreaks of cattle tick in clean areas, and this has been blamed on the wild deer. And in some circumstances, there has not even been a wild deer in that area for 30 years, sometimes never.
I remember being up here at that time hunting, and it was good to see the cooperation between landowners and hunters.
Yeah, it was good to see hunters and landowners working together to come up with some solutions to problems.
Remember when Dad went out with Mule that time and brought back that cull stag as an example for other hunters here in camp?
Yeah, that was good, and we do that now on a regular basis. We get a RidG group hunter when he arrives, and we'll go out and take a cull animal, bring it back and teach them how to take capes, how to prepare the meat, how to take the samples, what to look for on the animal, and overall it's just an excellent learning experience.
Just doing a temperature and humidity reading here. It's about 10 minutes after the stag was taken. Bulb's been sitting here wet. It's raining, it's drizzling, almost 100% humidity. Temperature's 21 degrees, and our wet bulb's reading 21 degrees as well.
I'd like you to spend a good 10-15 minutes going right over the ear on the left hand side of the animal and pulling off every tick that you can physically pick off with your fingers. So pluck him off and get him into this little vial here for me, please. Just put him in there, pull the ticks like that. And when you've spent a good 10-15 minutes on the inside of the ear and the outside of the ear, no worries, you can leave it go on, take your animal. If you're not taking a cape for mounting purposes, you've got a cull animal or you just want the antlers, then just cut the ear off and 25 mils around the ear. I've got a bit of a picture there on your diagram. Sort of that is what I'm after, the ear and the skin around it. So you can just get in here and cut him off.
This is what we want the hunters to do, is to take a sample of the skin to cut around the pizzle here, the edge of the pizzle, right around the edge of the leg, down the back of the leg, in there. Take that, then roll it hair in. You can see the number of ticks on this stag around here.
You must have been starting to worry about what the research would uncover. It didn't look good at that stage.
Yeah, we were concerned. We actually found some animals that were totally covered in cattle ticks, and it didn't look good at all. But when we looked closer, we could see that there were some underlying trends that showed that the deer weren't as big a culprit as what some people made them out to be.
Now the levels of cattle ticks carried by deer in some areas appear to be in direct proportion with the quality of the animal husbandry practices of local landowners. On a nearby property at this time, we found cattle that were so badly neglected they were dying from burdens of cattle ticks and buffalo fly. Now any animal that either lived in this area or passed through it would pick up large numbers of young seed ticks. And when tick numbers are high, larval ticks can even be found on the bull bars and running boards of the vehicles that you're driving. On the other hand, on properties where the landowners take a little bit of care and they regularly treat the cattle, deer and cattle coexist quite happily. The deer carry low levels of ticks, which they can keep under control themselves by their ability to groom.
Got a really old hind here, just been shot in the afternoon, about to carry her down and do a full sample on her. She's got a really classic white face. Her hair and coat and that is really dry. She's very old, don't know yet just how old yet. We'll have a look at the jaw and see. Well over 10. Amazing thing is, no ticks on her. Running with a stag just on the other side of here, probably around the same age. He was lousy with ticks. This one hasn't got a thing. So we'll put it together and see what we find.
After that initial research, we notified our members that we were going to undertake further research into a question that's always been dear to hunters' hearts, and that is the link between nutrition and antler growth.
Neil Finch again headed our research program with Dr. Gordon Dryden from the University of Queensland, Gatton, as his supervisor. This research was carried out as part of Neil's Bachelor of Applied Science honours degree. A wide range of samples were taken from deer across the whole deer range, looking into the overall performance and condition of wild red deer in Queensland. This study showed that wild red deer, under normal conditions, carried low levels of parasites and were nutritionally as healthy as some of the most productive red deer herds in the world. Further research is planned to examine the role that mineral availability and herd density have on the overall performance of the herd, as well as the diet selection of red deer, considering they eat many plant species that are either unpalatable or poisonous to domestic stock. With the help of various hunting clubs and private individuals, over $30,000 was raised and directed towards this research.
What we need are satisfied landowners and happy hunters working together in a good management system. Once we have that, anything's possible. So we need hunters like these ones.
Good on you. Both of you's done it really well. One shot, 100 yards. I thought you were going to get a Weatherby eyebrow there, girl. You just climb up that scope. Pretty big rifle, 9.3. So they reckon that, as I've said, anyone that can't shoot a 30-06 is a win. That's bloody marvellous, sweetheart. Good on you. Hey? Well done.
See, the girls can do it.
Of course the girls can do it, eh? That's really something, isn't it? Bloody hell, that's a beautiful head, mate, eh?
The pearler.
Look, he's got the age and look at the thickness on him. That's thick for a Queensland head.
And good basal snags. 3 on the one top, 2 on the other. Basal snags both sides.
Look at this. That's bloody marvellous. It's better than the bastard you got me.
She's prettier.
Eh?
By a long shot, mate.
Deer were first released in Queensland in 1873, and this was done by an acclimatisation society that was operating at the time, and the deer came as a gift from Queen Victoria through Windsor Park in Melbourne. Now there was 2 stags and 4 hinds in 1873, and 1874 a further 6 animals, and these made up the core genetic base of what we know as the wild herd today.
Well, now's a good time to discuss the RidG group balloted hunting and how that's been working.
Let's go for a drive and we'll talk about it.
And I'll explain as I go. The basic principle behind RidG Group is we're not there to dictate to landowners. We're not there to try and take the management rights off that landowner for the deer on his country. We're simply there to research the animals, find out the different things about their ecology, and then develop management systems and strategies that we can teach to hunters and landowners so they can better manage the deer on their own properties. Landowners respect that. They like that because they're sick and tired of, over the years, people coming to them saying you can do this or you can't do that with the animals on their property. When we look at it, landowners are feeding those animals. They're eating their grass, they're competing with cattle, so they've got to make a return out of them, otherwise they don't want them on their place. The system is working well. It's taken a lot of fine tuning, and there'll be a lot of things that will need to be changed as we go along, but it's a progressive system. It's a living system. As landowners come up with ideas, or as hunters come up with ideas, we change things, we monitor, we watch what's happening, and eventually we'll develop a system that really works for this state. All we ask of hunters is that they abide by a fair set of rules that are put down by the landowners and pay a fair daily rate or a trophy fee for the animals they take. Out on the side of the ridge and trouble, somebody stay with them, finish the first day, drive to them, or somebody get out of the fire, chop it. That's basically what we do. 2-way radios. Bench height. There's water holes in the right hand side and the creek down across the creek. He'll come out in a second. Just get a good grip on the tree. He's down, ain't coming down the hill. Matey, put it there.
Oh, he's getting on. I haven't looked at his teeth yet, but I think he's probably in that 9-10 bracket.
I reckon he'd be loose, that, but he's not as heavy as some of the others, is he?
No.
Bit short that side.
Bit chipped off him. Well done, mate.
Thanks a lot. Oh, you're next year.
What do you reckon?
Magnificent, mate.
What do you reckon, Ron?
I reckon you got a beauty, do you?
I reckon you've got a beauty as well.
I think I might swap.
I've been out this morning and had a look around and I don't know, what are we saying, 6?
No, we've seen more than 6.
Stag.
Yeah. I reckon we've seen 6 when we've seen this one earlier.
Seen him earlier? Yeah, seen
we've seen close on 10.
a little double 2, young double 2, 6'5", nice 6'5", double 4 with a broken bay tine. Then we come back to the real game. I'm not sure it is, nice stag just up on the hill there about half hour ago, 3/4 an hour ago, and we walking back and we come onto this fella. Jesus,
right. Not bad for coal stag.
Tassie hit team.
Dirty rotten coal stag.
There you go, well on anybody's ball, wouldn't he?
He pulls up. Good shot, mate.
Well done, matey.
Okay, good shot.
Right, crikey. Hey, Ty? What do you reckon? What is it? Get in. Good dog. Big heavy stag. He's in good condition. He had a good roar on him. I'm pretty pleased. He's a ripper.
One happy hunter like this one. See? Did well.
Top head, fellas. Yep, beautiful forest. First red deer?
First red.
Well done.
Won't
Good.
be the last though.
Yeah.
I reckon 3-3-8, mate. Well, stops him.
You got him, you hit him. Good shot, good shot. Finally comes in the open. He's down.
First red, ecstatic, can't believe it.
Big old four. So it looks like he's
big old Forever 4. Little brow tines on him. He's got a hell of a lot of age, and he's probably been passed up a dozen times, this fella. Dreaded Tassie Devil. Well, as you know, Belinda, for many years I've been taking out guided hunts on deer in Queensland, and so many times landowners have been that upset when they see the level of poaching in different areas and the effects that it has, because most people that poach only shoot the very best. They don't take out cull animals. They've got no regard for hind to stag ratio or anything like that. But if we're just in there taking out hunts for big trophy stags, we're doing much the same thing ourselves. So we need to come up with a system that keep that balance of hind to stag, allow hunters to harvest good trophy stags, but still protect the good quality young ones coming on. And that's where the RidG group system developed from. This is our world. This is our wild country.